Hey everybody, welcome back to Rogue Trader. It's finally time to become a Rogue Trader for real. Let's begin. May the Emperor be with us this day. Oh, what? Look at this. Rejoice, von Valancius subjects. In honor of his ascension, the new Rogue Trader generously shows you his favor. Witness these wild and merciless warriors face each other in a fight to the death. All for your amusement, good folk. Anyone is allowed to participate, and the winners of these battles will be granted the privilege of becoming privates in the von Valancius Wardens. Be merry and praise the Rogue Trader's name. Are my tanks shooting confetti? Are you serious? The crowd below is roiling, their electrified exultation filling the air of Dargonos. Thousands of throats chant your name. You're at the apex of this world and all others. Amplified by 100 voxes, the voice of the Master of Ceremonies booms. Rejoice, subjects of Dargonus! You have been granted the felicity of witnessing your master. A great honor bestowed upon us by Rogue Trader Mrayseplays von Valancius, excruciator of outsiders who eradicated the heresy of xenophilia and cleansed Janos. You destroyed the Eldari. Gracious protector of footfall. A hush falls over the crowd who gaze upon you in adoration. Many of them bear terrible scars from the recent battle of Dargonos. Like children, they await the word of their almighty father. Remember that you have no other ruler but me. For any who dare to forget this, the howls of demons from the warp will sound like the babbling of babes, and Xenos blades will seem like a soft feather bed compared to the horror of the punishment I'll inflict. The crowd falls to their knees in terror and awe, chanting your name and screaming oaths of eternal loyalty to the von Valancius dynasty. Any who hesitate or question this mania are torn to pieces by the throng. I'm your shadow, Domin Mrayse, and the shadow must remain unseen. But on this day, let all see that my blood is yours. Kibela cuts her palm and touches her heart, lips and forehead. As one, your subjects of all classes start slicing their hands, repeating the bloody sign. I, Proctor Solomon Anthar, bear witness to the alliance between the Rogue Trader and the Adeptus Arbites, and praise the bearer of the sacred warrant on the day of his lawful inauguration. Solomon presses his fist to his chest with a low thud, and the crowd bursts into a fervent roar. So I guess this is because I chose them to accompany me? Let the oath of the von Valancius dynasty be taken. Please repeat after me, your lordship. I, Mrayse Rogue Trader, by the grace of the Emperor, vow to be the paragon of humanity. Your lips repeat the words of the ancient oath, unbroken by adversity, to walk bravely first into darkness, to unite and reclaim what was lost, to triumph over nightmares untold, to hold boldly the reins of fate, to walk steadily the road of thorns, through pain to greatness. You hear a rumble, it is the roar of the sea of your subjects. With jubilation and devout fear, they welcome your ascension. It is done. That's actually pretty cool. I just wish there was, like, more shown here. Talk to Rogue Traders Witherscale and Chorda. Oh. Wait, where are they? Brass Whisper? Who the frick is Brass Whisper? Scattered haphazardly around the table are bottles of expensive Amasek. Vincent Gaprak. Oh, these are the dudes. Whoa, the Inquisitor is here? Xavier Calcazar. Master of Seals, These magnificent paintings were created in a style that fully complies with the artistic canon approved by the Ecclesiarchy. Dude, he is not gonna be happy that we killed, what was his name? Heinrichs. Lower Xenos 10%. Okay, so this is because we don't have our stuff, right? That's the Arbites dude. We have laser axes. Wild Xenobeasts are growling ferociously, adding a flare of thrilling danger to the mood in the palace. Kabbalite warrior. Can we do this? The Drukhari captive is angrily muttering curses directed at the detestable monkey, promising horrible torture for everyone present. Can we talk to these dudes? No. The person responsible for maintaining security during the ceremony has carried out their duties adequately. The rest is inconsequential. Wardens. What is this? Confessors. Magnificent altar to the God Emperor is wreathed in the fumes of precious incense. Master of Seals? Nothing. You may send my regards to your Master of Ceremonies. Lord Imperium? Damn, what is this? Did I succeed that? Oh, fuck. This venerable lemon Rus is known as the Scipian Punisher, and it has served the von Valacius dynasty for 2 centuries. It was hit in the battle with the Xenos that inhabited Scipia too, but it heroically destroyed 63 enemy vehicles and brought victory to its comrades, securing its status as a relic blessed by the Emperor. That's sick, dude. Look at this. Oh, what the... Oh my god, what? Condemned? Mutant Gunner, Kabbalite Warrior. A splendid reception, one worthy of a rock trader. What is this? Okay, dude. They're still moving though. Scum. Oh, that's funny. Your subjects have turned the act of killing into amusement. This is a great sacrilege, Domin Mrayse. But have no fear. I will explain the will of the Undying One to the lay people. Mankibela is so good. It's just that haircut is so dumb. Look at this. What is this haircut, bro? She looks so cool here, but here it's like, ugh. Okay, can we talk to the Inquisitor there? Like, all the people are here. Astarte Aversarian. Who is Astarte? I think I know who that is, but... Oh. Governor Urbent Drivestem. Governor stands surrounded by highborn guests like a planet orbited by many moons. All of his charm is directed at a man in resplendent power armor adorned with a sigil of the Inquisition. But as soon as you approach, Drivestem is the first to give you an elegant bow, getting ahead of the rest in the expression of loyalty. This is a great day, your lordship. Pointedly gaze at Drivestem with animosity and say nothing. Your disfavor has been noticed by the guests. Drivestem pales and bows his head in contrition. Look at the guests. Among the aristocrats surrounding the opulently dressed Drivestem, you notice a young couple of nobles in Sauerbach and Gaprak colors. It would seem that the major noble families of Dargonus have decided to introduce their younger members to high society. The tall man in grey power armor, adorned with a column with a skull, is undoubtedly a high-ranking inquisitor. He keeps to the periphery of the conversation, seldom deigning to comment. Next to him is his entourage, a rangy warrior in black armor and a tech priest dressed in red, whose face is hidden behind a brass mask. Dude, this guy looks so cool. Look at him. Abelard stands somewhat apart from the others, as if reluctant to approach Drivestem. Next to him is a young woman, and you notice a family resemblance between them. Oh my god, 5% logic? Where are you? Idira. Take a guess at who is allied with whom in this tangle of snakes. Yep. It gives you a headache. I'm ready to accept your congratulations. Note to the Inquisitor, my greetings to the members of the Holy Inquisition. And my greetings to you, esteemed Marais von Valancius. May shadows never darken the light of the Astronomicon that guides you. Bro, this guy? He's insane. The Inquisitor's companion, a crimson-robed member of the Adeptus Mechanicus, bows to you. From behind the brass mask, mounted with dozens of augmetics, comes a metallic rasp. Glory to the von Valancius heir. Study them? The Lord Inquisitor's relaxed expression radiates an odd sense of menace. He is akin to a predator on the prowl, content to hide in the brush of fake smiles and elegant conversation, for now. The Tech Priest's augmentations seem unfamiliar and bizarre. Implants such as these are only available to members of the blessed hierarchy of the Adeptus Mechanicus, and one would not come upon such sacred relics even at the highest echelons of the nobility. I mean, his face is different. This guy is probably an arch militant, right? He has that look. Who is this dude? Okay. And who is this member of the Honorable Priesthood of the Adeptus Mechanicus? This is Brass Whisper. Oh, that's him, okay. Which naturally is not his real name. The esteemed Magos is a member of my retinue. There are times when I am forced by my duty to the Emperor to deal with xenotechnology, and Brass Whisper ensures my safety in such moments. Works that have been desecrated by Xenos are dangerous. They warrant due caution. We have not been introduced. An oversight, to be sure. My name is Xavier Calcazar, and I have the honor of serving as a member of the illustrious Ordo Xenos, the head of the Koronus Expanse conclave, and the Lord Inquisitor of this region. It is my unending task to ensure this sector's readiness to meet external threats and resist internal corruption. Enjoy the party. This evening will certainly be illuminating. What were you discussing just now? We were talking about the brutal Xenos raid on our fair Dargonos, so many victims, so much damage to our industries. Such a terrible shame it is that the warped currents delayed our protector's arrival. There is an acidic hint to his words, but it is too faint for you to call him to account. Judging by young Sourback's unpleasant smile, it is not just your imagination. Sharing the sector with the blasted Xenos is impossible. I hope we respond to the raid on Dargonos with a punitive campaign. He's conceited and bloodthirsty? Yeah, I mean, he's probably young, right? Yeah. I see you hate Xenos with all your heart. I do. This pestilence against the Emperor must be exterminated. And how many Xenos have you killed personally, Sourback? The Honorable Macarius forbade, but I wanted, did not let me go to battle. It must have been difficult for this youth to foster such bloodlust toward enemies of the Imperium without ever having seen one at a blade's distance. What is your name, Abelard's young relative? Your Lordship, allow me to introduce the daughter of the Chancellor Clemencia Verserian and my great-granddaughter, Astartia. Ah. I'm delighted to witness you, Your Lordship. Drivestem glowers at Astartia with cold hostility, while young Sourback does not even try to hide his burning contempt. Where is the rest of your kin, Abelard? They are in the city, preoccupied with running the festivities and watching over some of the more crucial services. No incidents can be allowed to ruin your ceremony. I asked the esteemed Abelard to put me to some important task too, but he bid me to attend the reception where I can do nothing to serve your lordship. If I had known, I too would have asked Abelard to let you miss the party. So you wish to become my servant as well? Of course! I've been working on a project for the last 4 years. We could set up... Enough, Astartia! I highly doubt that his lordship is interested in listening to the fantasies of a young woman about how to run his protectorate. Abelard shoots Drivestem a glare so dark and bloodthirsty that the latter instinctively starts looking for the nearest warden. Hold your tongue, Urbent. I decide who may speak and who may not. Please continue, Astartia. Oh, sick! Heartened, Astartia continues in the tone of a seasoned administratum clerk. Our suggestion is to set up a chain of stations in the void, plasma beacons that would signal the passing ships. By placing them in logistically sound locations, we could simplify our ship routes so that they may split long warp jumps into a series of safer, shorter jumps from one beacon to another. This would have a positive effect on the overall safety of journeys and the accessibility of colonies. Yeah, but like, what about the energy though? A network of void beacons allows void ships to navigate the protectorate in greater safety. Oh, a contract. Oh. More and more technical terms and percentages creep into her speech. She quotes the Lex Mechanic reports. Okay. They all stand there in silence, trying to digest what she's saying. Abelard surveys the quiet nobles with triumph and then looks at his great-granddaughter with pride. How are you finding the reception? It is difficult to put into the words, your lordship. Never before have I seen such a grand and striking ceremony. Perception test failed. Young Kaprak is gawking at Astartia with a strange and somewhat dull-witted expression. I hope the Versarian family gives Abelard the credit he deserves. Absolutely, your lordship. We greatly respect him for his wisdom, and he repays us with attention and kindness. I am obliged, dear Astartia. Okay, enjoy the evening. I'm ready to accept your congratulations. What is this? What? I feel like they're a bit bugged here, especially this guy. So, the young ones are giving me their congratulations, or... Severed hand? Oh, wait, what is this? Wait, this is really good, actually. For Kibela. In that case, allow me to be the first to offer them. A Drukari blade. My soldiers took this splendid trophy from the body of one of the Xenos commanders. The weapon is too beautiful and forbidden for anyone but your lordship. Young Sourback squeezes through to be the next, pushing Kaprak aside with confidence. Your lordship, House Sourback anticipates the onset of unsettled and bloody times. To make the ungodly Xenos cower at your approach, my family humbly presents you with a dozen pieces of secondary armament for your ship. Coordinate Oracle. Wait, what did she give me there? House Kaprak is delighted to present you this blessed work of the Omnisaya Smiths. May this locator matrix, which took the holy artisan an entire lifetime to create, always show you the right path. This is garbage. Oh, there you go. Maybe this is it. Weapons, people, plasteel and mechanisms. Oh no, this is from Versarian. Our house possesses no relics worthy of your acceptance, but we are rich in talented and hard-working people. As a sign of our loyalty, I humbly offer you my flesh and blood. 100 of my kin will go to colonies in your protectorate and use all their talents so that the worlds in your charge may prosper. 100 of my kin? Bro, how many do you have? Leave them? Dude, that weapon is actually like really good for Kibela. I think it's like slightly better. Yeah, 12 to 18. And this one is like 14 to 18 or something. 25% armor penetration. Targets hit with this weapon must pass a toughness resistance test, or they cannot attack. Huh. Yeah, this is really good. Cool. Okay. So, where are the rogue traders though? I wanna find them. I'm assuming they're inside, maybe? Your gatherings look odder than usual. I will remember this. I guess they're inside. Which is weird. Like, why would they not be with the Inquisitor there? And the rest of the people? Solomon is in here. As jubilant as this occasion may be, it cannot distract me from my duty. You go ahead and celebrate, Rock Trader. Glato and I will make sure no one ruins your day. Are they in here? I don't see them. Maybe they're not marked. Is anyone this way? Maybe they're like in my chambers or something. No. That would be weird, right? Yeah. Maybe they're outside in my balcony? No. Oh. Am I gonna see my subjects? I don't know about that view, that seemed very weird, but okay. Let's see the throne room. Maybe they're in here. Master of Ceremonies. Oh, there you go. Wharton the Grey. Janus Noble. Hieronymus Doloroso. What the shit? Whoa, that's cool. This guy is definitely heretical, right? You can just tell. Marace, there you are. Welcome to the circle where each member is as powerful, ambitious, greedy, and vain as the last. That is to say, the noble rogue traders. Incendia Chorda. Oh, dude, look at her. She kinda looks heretical as well, but I don't know. She's watching him with barely suppressed contempt. Yes, you have found yourself suitable company, Caligos. At the very least, you can now enjoy idle diversions, boast about your power, and indulge in profane pastimes with one who is your equal, rather than a member of the lower classes. Why are they not voiced, dude? That's weird. Huh. Observe them? Caligos is a broad-shouldered, athletic-looking man. He frequently flashes a bright smile, no less dazzling than the blade of the power axe he carries. Every part of him, from the toes of his magnificent boots to the tips of his hair, radiates strength and a desire to live and win. His smile is crooked, as if ready to turn into a hostile snarl at any moment. Next to him is an unmoving hulk of a man clad in armor. His low forehead and gloomy face bears signs of degradation, and his bloodshot eyes are expressionless, like a pair of glass buttons. Incendia Chorda radiates cosmic cold. Her skin is unnaturally white, and a nervous tic is constantly tugging at the left side of her noble visage. Garbed in full dress uniform adorned with purity seals, she is the embodiment of a true imperial aristocrat. Haunting her side is a gaunt shadow of a priest in plain black robes. Hieronymus Doloroso gives you a respectful nod, yeah. I welcome you to my domain, honored guests. Is he always so abrasive? What can you mean? Today she's in remarkably good form. Caligos, thank you for your visit. As a sign of your gratitude, you could return something of mine that has found its way into your pockets. Footfall Station, sounds familiar? All I asked you to do was help that crafty slug Vladame deal with the threat of famine, not claim my property for yourself. Ah. Winterscale, are you asking me to give you Footfall back? Will you beg for it? You go too far, new blood. Simply colluding with that two-faced snake Vladime would have been bad enough, but that your conniving has destroyed any pathetic excuse for order that was on the station is pure insolence. I don't know what you did, but now, on top of every other mangy dog that lives on Footfall, there is this new cult of harvesters. What good is your grain if the station is now crawling with flesh-eating lunatics? So this is because they were corrupted, right? I have to go back there and check what's up. Caligos' face turns into a grimace of hatred, but then he catches Incendia looking at him and breaks into a sly smile. I ought to make your protectorate bleed as compensation, but you have spited both myself and Incendia, and it is high time our dear sister curbed her appetites. For this I forgive you, but do not test my mercy again. It is not my strong suit. Thwarting Incendia's Chorda's ambitions deserves a worthy trophy. He snaps his fingers and the armored brute hands you an exotically adorned rifle, clearly not of human making. It's a trophy from a good hunt. You and I should hunt together sometime, so you can show yourself in action, new blood. Eye of Hecaton. Lass sniper rifle. I mean, I'm never gonna use this crap, right? So might as well just decline it. Reverend, destroy this creation of detestable Xenos. Your virtuous task will be completed. So that's how you treat my gifts. Warden, as soon as we leave the palace, collect my property. If the holy man tries so much as to scratch the stock, kill him. A tense silence falls, while Caligos and Incendia exchange goading smiles. The eyes of arch-militant and priest bore into each other, their expressions filled with intangible meaning. The former's bestial aggression cannot even leave a scratch on the latter's impassive fearlessness. A premonition of imminent bloodshed hangs in the air. Incendia, you seem to find me objectionable. Did you expect any different? I watched for years as outlaws thrived on footfall, and then, at long last, I had a chance to put an end to it. To seize that thug Vladane by the throat, to force Footfall to atone and put the fear of him back into the masses. But you interfered and destroyed my plan for the sake of banal profit. What is more, ever since you gave them provisions, heresy on Footfall has only increased. Fanatics calling themselves harvesters are spreading their blasphemous doctrines in the shadow quarters. Grain is not enough for those madmen. No, they devour their brothers and sisters at secret heretical feasts. The well-fed rabble have surely sensed they are free to act with impunity and have forgotten their duty to the Emperor. Theodora taught you only too well, it seems. She too was far less concerned with her duty to the Expanse than her own personal interests. But you can be sure that I will not cease cleansing the Furibundo system with the pirate scourge, and if your trade prospects are damaged in the process, you will have only yourself to blame. None are without fault, noble Incendia. What point is there in targeting someone for their turpitude when true purity can never be found? I bested you, simple as that. This is trade. So you are only interested in profit. For someone who is vested with such untold privilege, I expected you to have more refined ambitions and a more solid understanding of your mission given to you by the God Emperor. Okay, so I guess he's dogmatic then? Hieronymus, your appearance here is unexpected. The esteemed Hieronymus is my confessor. I am greatly obliged to him for agreeing to accompany me on this journey. May the Emperor's light guide your way across the abyss of human wickedness. I see that faith is more than just a word to you. Faith is everything to me. In his name, I have eradicated corruption on 100 worlds, and will do so on 1,000 more. By his will, I hunt down pirates and desolate their violet nests, or vile nests. Let the Jordan name make any firebrand tremble, for sooner or later I will cast them into the void. The funny thing is, people still call me the foul-tempered tyrant in all of this. I take it you were not overly fond of Theodora? She was of the same breed as Asp. What is that? She stops short. Conceited, insolent, unaware of the Emperor's stern gaze set upon her. I do not doubt her wisdom and courage, but Theodora did not have a shred of humility or fear of his wrath. Huh. You didn't catch what word Incendia was about to say. Damn it! Well, I, for one, liked Theodora, the stories they told of her travels to nameless stars, and yes, there was no fear in her. I thank you for the visit, Incendia. It will not be a long one, I assure you. What do you think of the celebration? I like it. Oh, what? Now his whole demeanor just changed. One can instantly tell that we've been invited by a rogue trader, not some administratum bootlicker. We are conquerors of wild sectors, slayers of unknown beasts, executioners of Xenos empires. Caligos, you should take this opportunity to learn. This is what the palace of a true rock trader looks like, not like a Xeno menagerie, a pirate's treasure hold, or however difficult it may be for you to believe it, an orbital brothel. Okay, dude, these guys are actually pretty cool. Enjoy the evening, I must take my leave. Oh, believe me, I intend to enjoy myself to the full, to justify so long a voyage, if nothing else. Keep the faith, Marace, the Emperor protects. Okay, so what do we do next? Order the Master of Ceremonies to end the reception. Let me see if I can talk to anyone else here. The Ancient Chronicle contains a long list of pirate dens annihilated by the Von Valancius dynasty, and planets it brought into Imperial compliance. Strange Servitor? What is this? Extending congratulations to Unit Marace von Valancius on attaining your new legal status. The servitor next to him is examining you obliquely. It quickly looks away upon realizing that you have noticed. Is this Nomos? What is a servitor? It is Nomos' new repository. Nomos, this unit identifies as Marace von Valancius. Two-way identification complete. We are Nomos. We have made use of this receptacle to leave the ship. I do not remember inviting you. Greetings, Nomos. We enjoy greetings. We enjoy communication. Nomos requires communication, knowledge, movement. Magos Pascal compelled us not to speak with anyone other than him or you. It is disappointing, but at least we can observe. Nomos have changed since we last spoke with you, Marace. We are now able to conceptualize our previous experience, that of solitude, and we no longer enjoy it. Pascal, I believe you intended to investigate what Nomos is. Every 15 watches, I commune with Nomos' code and spend prescribed lengths of time in calculus meditation. However, the Omnissiah has yet to bless me with an answer. All I can say is that the capabilities of the entity Nomos are extraordinary. The ship's hallowed systems sink beneath its touch. Nodes that have remained dead for hundreds of standard years are revivified, and long-drained mechanisms live anew. Or live anew. Nomos are trying. Great machines of the Imperium, ones such as your ship, house a machine spirit so complex and willful that it is difficult to tell them apart from abominable intelligence. There remains a possibility that Nomos is an entity of corruption, but with every day I grow stronger in my faith that it is not so. That what we are witnessing is in truth the Omnissiah's miracle, one that is a category 5 or higher. I'm pretty sure he is heretical, but we have to see. How did an entity like you move into a servitor's body? This is not the entirety of us. This receptacle is too narrow, crude, and feeble to contain our complete whole. The existence of Nomos requires a space of connections. But we were able to transfer a small part of us and build a thread strong enough to travel outside the ship. We are enjoying this journey, discovery. Even though this receptacle suits us poorly, it will soon be destroyed by the force of our presence. What do you think you are? Nomos are consciousness, awareness, knowledge, movement, always movement. We do not know what we are. We have no past. We awakened in the depths of the ship upon answering a call. Our first clear memory is the call of your blood, Marace von Valancius. The call and the plea for help near a place that is called the Warren Chamber. I wonder if Theodora knew about this guy. Why have you brought it here, Pascal? Entity Nomos asked permission for this visit. My objective was to observe the process of integration into a servitor. We wanted to see, observe, cognize, speak. The servitor makes a strange wavy gesture with its hands that look at once very human and far from anything human. We want to speak with you. Will you speak with us? Of course, what about? Many things, happenings, events, decisions. The servitor's eyes roll in their sockets before focusing on you. We have been observing you. You do things that we do not understand. We want to learn why. We remember the day when we first met you. You gave us your blood to drink. We helped you save yourself. We followed you. Our small part did, inside the servo skull. Then, there was a fire, and a creature of sated hunger and dark light standing behind the curtain, behind the image, behind the semblance of Theodora. It called for you to follow. And you followed that which was calling from behind the curtain. You let it lead you out of the fire. Yeah, I remember that. You struck a deal with the warp spawn when it offered to lead you out of the trap on the officer's deck. We remember the day when the star disappeared, when the dark light and the sated hunter wanted to take the world. Rakat Minoris was its name in the ship's data. You let Rakat Minoris be consumed by the dark light, and consumed it was, along with every human cell who was begging for help. You abandoned it to its fate, letting me transform into the demon world. We remember another day. We awakened inside the ship. We lived in its systems. Then we tried to emerge into servitors like this one. Then so many of our receptacles were gathered in one place. Oh, is this the servitor event that we did? You did something we could not understand. You pierced one of the servitors with a shard of the dark light. Oh, did they make him? You corrupted the defective servitor with a blade shard. Yeah, I remember this. We had never felt anything like it. Pain, the deaths of the receptacles, and the dark light, it is always near. It wants to come and be, even though it would make others cease to be, and you are excited by its presence. This is what we have seen, among many other things. We have begun to understand. We think that we have, that we do not know everything about humans and about you, Mrayse von Valancius. We have tried analyzing cells and defining sets of their needs and fears, their simple functions, but now we think that there is more, that there is another side that we do not see, a notion that is larger than what we can compute, something that stands above fears and needs, something that drives them. We envisage this larger notion as a liquid, a sticky saccharine stream. It is like the dark light and the sated hunter, and all else that is always watching us. You drink this liquid eagerly, you revel in it. It gives you strength, desires energy and courage. It beckons. It also consumes those whom you cast aside, those who are weak, and those who get in the way. Do Nomos understand correctly? Freedom and rapture, they are the only things worth living for. We understand you. It is what we feel. The urge, the irrepressible force. Perhaps it is because we have tasted your blood, and it fills us still. Thank you for speaking with us. Nomos are grateful. We cannot continue moving on our own. Okay, well, that's interesting. We will do well to discuss the situation without any witnesses. So, this quest is done? Oh. Become a zealot of chaos. Huh. Wait and search. Perhaps the answer to the mystery of Nomos' origins will present itself in time. Yeah. Ooh. The von Valancius flagship and its master helmsman Ravor are inseparable. The right questions may jog his memory. Huh. Okay, let me see if we have anything else to talk to here. Cassia? Can you make it so the guests stop walking up to me and asking me to open my third eye? Aristocrats. Huh. I'm assuming we can only talk to Pascal because of Nomos. Regina Sauerbach. Or maybe these guys. Who are they even? A group of aristocrats stands apart from the governor's circle. Their whispering carries a tinge of displeasure. The clear leader of this gathering is a gaunt, bilious-faced man dressed in Sauerbach colors. Macarius, head of the house. My congratulations, your lordship. May the Omnisaya grant you understanding. The woman with whom he is conversing, the one dressed in a robe with gear-shaped adornments, is Toriana Gaprak. It is difficult to read her face due to it being covered in numerous augmentations. Observe them. Toriana is anxious. Macarius, dressed surprisingly plainly and austerely for an aristocrat of such a high rank, is frowning suspiciously. A woman of dazzling beauty wearing a gilded augment necklace around her throat, his wife probably. How are you these days, Toriana? We're talking like we know them. The corruption of Kiava Gamma was a great blow to my family. The contemptible Cubist Delphine betrayed our trust, desecrated the Forge Cathedrals, and took my esteemed cousin's life. On behalf of my family, I humbly beg you to forgive our negligence. I'm ready to accept any punishment. Look closely. Oh what? We failed an 80%? Unfortunately, her augmented face expresses a limited range of emotions. Okay, I mean, I don't really care about learning more about their family. Do your part to heal the wounds inflicted on Kiava Gamma and your house will be forgiven. It pleases me to see that our perspectives align. I too think that you are to blame for everything. As punishment for House Gaprak's negligence, the house's considerable wealth will be... Oh, it's a contract. The Omnisaya did not grant me understanding. I repent of my blindness. Such a tragedy, Toriana, to think that not one, but 1 year ago, no one could have doubted your family's usefulness, yet it took a single mistake to cast all your accomplishments into oblivion. Macarius, I'm surprised you deigned to make an appearance here this evening. I'm a servant of the Von Valancius dynasty. Had I not come, I would have committed an act of unacceptable insolence and damaged my family's honor. Macarius' wife offers you a charming smile, Regina, as if apologizing for her husband's vitriolic tone. Her large dark eyes are brimming with curiosity. What has you so displeased, Macarius? I'm your dynasty's loyal servant, but you have asked, and I will answer. Too long has the Koronus Expanse lived under the rule of rogue traders. The privileges granted to them make people think that commoners too can dismiss the prohibitions of the Imperium. Oh, what? For the good of the sector, rogue traders must become paragons of the law, not exceptions to it. But do many warrant holders exhibit lawful conduct? No, they do not. Even you, your lordship, are the subject of the strangest of rumors, and you have just recently inherited your protectorate. Kunrad Voigtvir's people, for instance, claim that you had a hand in the esteemed Theodora's demise, and accuse you of many other misdeeds. It doesn't matter whether or not their claims are true. The people hear them, believe them, and think that they may follow your example. I forbid anyone to repeat Kunrad Voigtvir's lies and hereby impose a fine to you, Macarius. Profit factor 1? Wait, what is this though? Let's see. If you believe Kunrad's lies, then draw your weapon. Let us duel right here before the Emperor's visage. Rogue traders are not renegades vested with authority. We're the long arm of the Imperium, and I shall prove it to you. Your poor head, tormented with so many concerns, would you like to have it removed from your shoulders? Let's go with this. Your will is absolute. When my head ceases to be of use, I will humbly place it upon the executioner's block. So I can't just like kill him? I would like to become better acquainted with your wife? Macarius is visibly vexed by this shift in the conversation. His wife offers you a reserved smile. It is an honor to be in your company, your lordship. Ha. I shan't continue to test Macarius' loyalty by speaking with his beautiful wife any longer. Point your weapon at Macarius and chuckle. You know, Macarius, a person could kill for a woman so gorgeous? Oh, dude. Weapon skill 50%? What? Persuasion? Let's try this. Come on, dude! Okay, I have more chances here. Regina glances at Macarius, who is not frightened by your sudden gesture in the slightest, then looks back at you. Her voice is calm but cold. If my presence threatens my husband's life, I can humbly take my leave. It's my pleasure. Macarius is lucky to have such a beautiful wife, perhaps more so than you are to have him. Brother, come on, man! You underestimate Macarius, your lordship. A man of his talents is a treasure to the one he serves. Your countenance is familiar somehow. Could it be your resemblance to the image of Saint Maleta? Ah. Whatever, dude. Whatever. Macarius, his face a deep red, is only too ready to change the subject. Your cousin Yocasta became the new master-at-arms on my ship. I'm pleased to hear it. I'm always worried that her character would cause our house a great deal of grief. And yet, in the end, the noble Sourback blood was stronger than any personal shortcomings. I have faith that Yocasta will prove herself adequately. I mean, she literally failed at every corner, so I don't know. Yeah, I don't care about this. That's fine. Okay. Damn, dude, there is like so much text here. It's actually insane. Actually insane. Okay, yeah, I don't think we can talk to anyone else here. So let's end the ceremonies. And hopefully move to Act 3. What do you think of the reception? Oh, wait. I hope your lordship is pleased and not yet tired. If you wish to revive yourself a little, I would suggest proceeding to the courtyard. If I may be so bold, many guests have chosen to move into the fresh air and will be eager to offer you their congratulations. We've done that already, right? So, yeah. What do you think of the reception? It is magnificent. I dare say it will live on as the premier high society event of the sector for many years. Okay, I'm weary and wish to retire to my chambers. Yep.
Your chambers are ready, your lordship.
Oh, fuck. Is that the Inquisitor?
Guards! Intruder!
Quiet.
What the shit?
We need to talk in private. We have matters to discuss, von Valancius.
Yo, they just killed my Master of Ceremonies. The same man you saw among your guests is waiting for you in your chambers with the look of someone who is supposed to be there. He casts a cold, assessing gaze over you from top to bottom. No one save Theodora has ever allowed themselves the liberty of looking at you in such a way. The woman behind Calcazar, clad in black armor, glares at you. Her face set in predatory readiness for immediate violence, the hallmark of a professional bodyguard. Who are you?
Lord Inquisitor Xavier Calcazar, head of
Xavier?
the Koronus Conclave. I am authorized by the grace of the Emperor to watch over the Koronus Expanse, root out heresies, and preempt the Xenos threat.
I like how he added an E before Xavier. Xavier Calcazar. Oh, what? Naturally, you've heard of the Lord Inquisitor of the Koronus Expanse, but that is all.
No need to search your memory. My war is waged on clandestine fronts, and any battle reports are always thoroughly filtered. Trust me, you need not know the manner of things I have to face and the measures I sometimes have to take. Such knowledge is dangerous to the mind.
Will my servant live? Wait, isn't he dead already?
Probably. Unless he suffered from hidden ailments, he will soon come to without any major damage to his health. Either way, oblivion is a far safer option for him than the dangerous privilege of being a witness to this conversation.
The woman at Calcazar's back gives you a bloodthirsty smirk. Why does it say back? There is no one there. She's in front of him. Aim your weapon at the intruder. If something looks like an assassination and smells like an assassination, perhaps I ought to start treating it like one. Nah, this is like super dumb. You think you can just barge into my chambers? Are you quite mad, Inquisitor?
Is that what you think? I am fully aware of what I am doing. I am outlining our relationship. Need I remind you that the unsleeping eye of the Imperium is watching you even in your bedchamber? And not just the eye, but the Imperium's sensitive hands as well. In this case, my assistants and I.
I feel like this guy is just too powerful, dude. We can't just, like, do anything with him. Whatever we say doesn't matter. He literally has complete, like, dominance over us.
Now, let us start with the most important subject. How did it come to pass that Heinrichs van Kellogg's, whom your honored predecessor was instructed to bring to me, departed from this world? I must admit I find it highly objectionable when my agents die. By following their bloody trail, I tend to discover extremely unpleasant and nefarious secrets.
Heinrichs was working for you? I mean, okay, that's so stupid. Perhaps I simply dislike being followed by spies, but like, that's also pretty stupid to say, cause like, surely I have way more spies in the ship, right? His spies, so yeah. I mean, whatever, all of these options are terrible, right? So
That is a bold assertion you're making. You assume that I am more interested in your person than in the demise of Master Van Kellogg's, and that, with age, I have not developed a sentimental habit of avenging my people's deaths. Well then, you are correct. This time. That takes care of Master Van Kellogg's.
oh,
Now,
okay,
let us turn to your other deeds.
that was fast.
What stands out from your recent accomplishments is the suppression of a rebellion on Janus, the battle against the archenemy's minions on Kiava Gamma, and, of course, the unusual interest the Drukhari have shown in you. Then that is what we will discuss.
The Drukhari have shown an interest in me? Are you referring to my ruined capital?
Yes, yes, the enmity between you is a known fact, but there is another way to look at it. On Veabos 6, you met the Archon of a mighty cabal, whose presence there seems strange to begin with, and lived. You subsequently encountered a number of her closest henchmen. Yet, again, you survived. Your capital fell victim to a nefarious attack, but even this time, their daggers missed your heart.
I'm guessing he refers to Marazai, but like, we're just more competent, right? We just defend ourselves.
Such remarkable luck. To be a personal enemy of such an influential Xenos, to have been attacked so many times and yet make it out alive. So remarkable that one has to wonder, am I watching a spectacle? Could all these thrilling massacres be an alibi of sorts, meant to establish you once and for all as an enemy of the Xenos and never their ally or even their agent?
What can I say? I'm lucky. That's the reason I'm alive.
Crude, rogue trader. A crude and unconvincing attempt at playing the careless simpleton. It wouldn't have fooled even the least competent member of the Adeptus Arbites in the Imperium. Try harder.
What do you wish to know about the events of Janus?
What drove you to give a planet into the charge of a heretic and a servant of the archenemy?
Now I need Vistenza no longer and I will naturally neutralize her? Nope. What an outrageous suggestion!
I do not recommend lying, Lord von Valencius. This path will not lead to a fruitful partnership.
Who said I want one?
The Inquisition knows that it has been many years since Vistenza Viat fell under the influence of the heretics who insinuated themselves into her entourage, and that she has adopted the blasphemous beliefs whispered to her by the archenemy. Your decision to take no action in this matter was folly, I will simply have to see to it myself.
Damn. Okay. If you knew what was happening on Janus, why didn't you intervene yourself?
I cannot satisfy your curiosity without disclosing information of the utmost secrecy. I will say only this. We had the situation under control. There is a tangled knot of perilous events in progress in the Koronus Expanse. Plucking even one thread must be performed with great precision and caution without any room for error. Because you do not want to know the price of such an error, or what forms it might take.
Okay, what about Kiava Gamma?
Places touched by chaos must be purged with fire and condemned to oblivion. Kiava Gamma should have been bombed to dust and pronounced a forbidden world. However, you decided otherwise and restored the colony's operation. And you didn't even go to the trouble of hiding the traces of the neglect committed by your dynasty. After all, it was House von Valancius that gave Cubis Delphim so much freedom that he sank into seditious heresy. What was your rationale?
My protectorate is a complex mechanism. I wasn't willing to put its performance at risk because of some paranoid fears. Truly, I must confess, this is the first time I'm hearing about this. My servants usually handle such matters. Let the priesthood to which Cubis Delphim belonged answer for his crimes. The Adeptus Mechanicus would do well to watch their members more closely. I wish to observe how the Seeds of Corruption will behave. It is prudent to study one's enemy.
I eagerly await the moment when you show me your rosette of the Holy Inquisition. Surely you have it on you. You don't? How strange. I thought that such experiments were within the purview of my esteemed colleagues from the Ordo Hereticus. I hope you realize that we're talking about more than the fate of some colony. I care not for a single planet, however profitable and populous. But should corruption raise its head again on Kiava Gamma and try to spread, I will burn it away. And you will be guilty of criminal negligence.
Have I answered all of your questions?
Far from it, my dear. The questions are manifold. How did you manage to survive the battle that claimed the life of Theodora, who was so much more experienced and skilled than you? Is it a coincidence that you and you alone then made it out of the trap on Reichad Minoris? How much truth is there in the rumors being spread by the heretic Kunrad Voitvier about you? Are you aware of a suspicious cult that has emerged on footfall? A direct link has been established between this development and the start of shipments of grain from your planet. Our investigation has found that the due processing cycle of prayers and liturgies for these shipments was incomplete. Doubtless, this is the work of specific individuals who are negligent in their performance of the sacred rituals, or even engaging in deliberate sabotage. And yet, the blame for this oversight lies with your dynasty. Wouldn't you agree?
Fuck, dude, he knows everything.
The very existence of these questions would have made many of my colleagues doubt the quality of your character. But it won't in this case. Your transgressions are sufficient grounds to bring you before the Inquisition's judgment. And believe me when I say that if you fail to draw certain conclusions from my words, this is what will eventually happen. But for now, I am willing to show leniency, which is rather uncharacteristic of me.
Why though? Why would you show leniency to me? That's very weird.
I hope you appreciate the generosity of this offer, as your predecessor once did.
But why? Why such an interest in my person?
You haven't been in a position of power for long, and so one can forgive you for not noticing the troubling changes. The cult of the Final Dawn is spreading in the Koronus Expanse. Not the first or the last heresy that has afflicted this sector, but one that is surprisingly resilient. Mysterious convoys are sliding by, bound for systems in the heathen stars. Just your humdrum pirate trade, wouldn't you say? Then why are the pirates themselves clueless?
I'm guessing you're about to tell me.
The Xenos, who have caused trouble in the sector before, have expanded their activities in the last few decades, and there is a logic and method to their previously chaotic raids. Even 2 packs of space wolves, blessed space marines summoned in my name, did not cool their interest in the Expanse. A mighty explorator fleet, which has studied the Expanse for hundreds of years, has suddenly stopped responding to communication and sunk into a dispute over a tech heresy that was considered dead a couple of centuries ago. House Chorda has clamped down on insurgents, yet its acts of brutality breed troublemakers just as quickly as they're executed. And this bloody carousel has consumed the attention of the esteemed incendiar. Caligos Winterscale has abruptly lost all interest in his domain, and his only apparent concern now is hunting ever more dangerous xenobeasts. And the third and final rogue trader has unexpectedly perished, stabbed in the back by her own master of whispers. The Expanse is swiftly losing its protectors right when communication with the Imperium is being disrupted by the raging warp. Basically, all the Expanse has left is me and you, if you follow my instructions.
But like, why though? Why not just go with Incendias? It seems that she would be willing. She's dogmatic, right? Theodora cooperated with you?
And benefited greatly from it. The world's power is not without limit, and neither is the protection it provides. All those mysterious expeditions, dubious experiments, collections of xenotech oddities are dangerous pastimes. It takes more than the Emperor's permission to pursue them without consequences. One must also make sure I am not displeased by it. Let me demonstrate how it works. In your retinue, there is a Psyker who is yet to receive Terra's sanction, which, as we both know, is a grave threat and a blasphemy to the laws of the Imperium. I am aware of this secret, but I'm not displeased in the slightest. And so she lives on, your handy Psyker, Idira Tlas.
What kind of deal are we talking about?
I make no deals, and Emperor forbid that I give you orders. That would mean infringing on your privileges. I'm merely offering well-meaning recommendations and expecting that when the Expanse finds itself in danger, you will break away from your own affairs to heed them. I seem to remember that your exalted aristocrats presented you with many gifts. It would be rude of me not to follow suit.
Okay.
Please accept this gift as a sign of my favor. In an hour of need, give it to any faithful servant of the Emperor, and the Inquisition will come to your aid.
Huh. Maybe this is like a final boss thing?
The color indicates how close the bearer is to the Lord Inquisitor. White is beautiful, yet vulnerable. It stains as easily as one can lose the Inquisition's trust. Do all you can to preserve it.
Oh, so like white is the worst? 15 persuasion and the Inquisitor's command ability. Oh, just a skill or something. Grants momentum, removes burning, grants persuasion, divided by 7 temporary wounds to the wearer and their allies. Interesting. 20 momentum. Huh. Okay. Is this ring all the favor that House von Valancius can expect from the Inquisition?
I did not come here to haggle. Worry not. You won't come out of this empty-handed if you act appropriately.
What do you mean?
Here is where we part. My shuttle is waiting. It is time for me to return to my watch, for you to sleep, and for your servant to wake up until next we meet.
That was cool. I like that. I like that. Oh, nice. Act 3?
The rise of the rogue trader Air restored a tenuous equilibrium to the Fon Valancius Protectorate. For a time, threats subsided, activity returned to trade routes, and reclaimed worlds began to heal. The new Lord Captain's subjects praised the God Emperor and their leader wholeheartedly. For none knew what fate might await them.
Cool. So what's the main objective for now? Oh. That's Clementia, right? Who is that? A gift for J. Haydari. Okay, well, see ya. You have spent the first few hours of your morning listening to the High Factotum's lengthy report on the latest trade exchanges. From outside the illuminated, tightly closed windows, you can hear the muffled sounds of Dargonus and its everyday life. Thank you for your report, High Factotum. Your work is highly appreciated, but both by everyone here and the Adeptus Administratum. Your Lordship, we're almost done here. We just need to go over the final items of today's agenda that I would like to report to you personally. Cool. Right, so allow me to pass on gifts from your loyal subjects, the high nobility of Dargonus. It goes without saying that every living soul in your protectorate is blessed to serve your Lordship faithfully. Okay, let's see it. Holy gifts. People? What's this? Why is this yellow? Is something wrong? No, not at all, your Lordship. The people and the cargo have indeed reached the port services, so there is no reason to doubt the sincerity of the house's intention. It's just such substantial and valuable gifts coming from Lord Sourback. If I'm to venture a guess, your Lordship, I believe the esteemed Chancellor was staggered by such an irregular display of generosity from a man who is rather known for voicing his doubts in rogue traders as a class. It would seem you have made quite an impression on Macarius, the old miser. Damn, dude, calm down. Lord Captain, news of particular import has come from the house's intelligence network. Lord Inquisitor Calcazar is rumored to be planning a visit to Footfall. A number of Imperial Navy ships were commandeered by Lord Calcazar, and they are also being scrambled to Footfall. Furthermore, we have received reports claiming that secret messages were delivered to the capital worlds of House Jorda and Winterscale. It is possible that the Lord Inquisitor's call to arms may smother the conflict that is brewing between the two dynasties. We are seeing an increasing number of skirmishes between their ships in neutral systems. I do not doubt that Her Ladyship Jorda will attempt to sway the Lord Inquisitor to her side. Especially since Winterscale's luck seems to be running out, riots have broken out on several of his worlds, and yet he has shown no intention of quelling them. Instead, the Rogue Trader inflicted brutal punishment upon one of his oldest colonies, Vesuvia Secundus, based on allegations of seditious sentiment. Oddly enough, our agents were unable to find any proof of sedition among the populace there. As soon as we have any updates, you will be the first to know. Lastly, Your pet Xenos, Irliet I believe, is sitting a meeting with you. She had the audacity to defile the Rock-Deader's palace with her profane presence and refuses to leave until she has spoken with you. I would never presume to be able to read the emotions of Xenos, but the Eldari appeared perturbed. I believe she mentioned a voidship of some sort. It may be best if she told you everything directly. And with that, please allow me and Master Dunrock to take our leave. Perhaps that last request will serve as a welcome distraction? Indeed, your lordship's stay on Koronus has been rather long. However, your protectorate is now enjoying a period of relative stability that for the time being no longer demands your lordship's personal involvement in its affairs. Glory to the rogue trader. Okay, so what are we doing here? Let's see. What quests do we have? Troubling developments. Wait for news from the von Valancius spies. House Winterscale and Chorda are displaying unusual activity at the borders of the Protectorate. As soon as the Lord Captain's servants obtain additional information on their movements and intentions, it will be possible to plan further steps. And then we have Irliet. This is for the DLC. Nomos. Okay, and we have new contracts, right? Yeah, Void Beacons. Ooh, security for all colonies? Hell yeah. People for profit factor and provisions? Sanctions against the Gaprax. Sure, I mean, profit factor is fine. I kinda need it actually. 4 people for 2 profit factor. We could do that. Adamantine for chemicals and people? Yes. This is... no. This one I might want to do actually. Yeah, whatever. 92. We still have 13, right? So... that's okay. Can we do like more colony events now? Like higher tier? No. I guess we have to do something for that. But guys, let's take a break here. When we come back, I think we're gonna go back to our ship and see if we can talk to Irliet. So yeah, we'll see you there. Thank you all for watching. Bye for now.